ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Jackson now to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On first, they'll throw with Elway. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. From the shotgun, Elway. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And it's a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On third down, Elway. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Lucky 56. Leopard.
2nd and 10, Elway again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Whoa. DC. Two.
After the interception, here's Gall. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Gall. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Goff on first down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And some room to maneuver. And he finally goes out of bounds. So he couldn't take it the distance, but all the way inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Elway to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Elway. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He's going to look deep for his running back. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Goff. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Like 20. Louis.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Goff. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We're good. Louis.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. To throw on second down is gone. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 7 on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. And the first play will be a field goal try. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Elway to throw on second. Steps away to his left. And he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On second down, here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Elway. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Elway. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Elway. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Goff now on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Goff. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And in incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Elway. That's to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Elway on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try and throw for it with Elway. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Now the try here for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, Elway. Throw left side complete. It's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Elway. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Goff on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff Spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. A shotgun snap for gone. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Here's Bradley Pena now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. On second down, Elway. Jackson's got it over the middle. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Broncos on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Elway. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here's Goff. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd and long. It's Goff. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Goff. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Orange.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Goff. And that is incomplete here.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is gone. And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Elway to throw on 2nd. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On 1st, they'll throw with Elway. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Again, it's Elway. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Elway looking to pass again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Elway throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brandon, we're into the 2nd half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Elway. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Elway. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hardball.
Here's Gone. he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
14.
Now gone. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. Gone. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
4 down, 4 down. 95%. Don't check his mic.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Elway. Escaping the pressure right. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Elway swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Denver has the 1st down, the play going for 15 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Hey. You got 4. 95.
Now it's Elway. He's going to wind up and air it out. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room, and they worked on his mechanics.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown of the new season. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right? But I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, whoever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher. So sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor. But on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Elway. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally. But he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Von Miller in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just about on his own goal line. Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Now Elway on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Elway finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Elway. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this time.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing now. Goff. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. Give him 30 yards there.
And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, You might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And how it turns out, it turns out.
Now he's going to go deep down the left. That's caught inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Starting left here.
From the red zone now, Goff. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Denver getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Gone!
From the shotgun, Elway. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. One last shot for Elway. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped lead.